Hi everyone, I'm just going to have a look back at the work we did in the last session when we looked at a particular problem-solving strategy with ratio, and we explored that strategy in three different contexts. We looked at some problems to do with money, some to do with kind of like basic cookery tasks, and then we looked at some DIY, some simple construction contexts. And in this video I'm going to have a look back at a couple of those examples and talk you through them. This is the first one. A pastry mixture consists of fat and flour in the ratio of 1 to 3. How much flour would you use in making 200 grams of pastry? Now, you may recall that a key thing to remember is that the order in which these ingredients are written in the sentence, fat and flour, is the same order in the ratio. So the fat is equal to 1 part of the ratio and the flour is equal to 3 parts. So we were asked to find out how much flour we would use in making 200 grams of pastry. Now you could see that the total amount of pastry is equal to 1 part fat and 3 parts flour. So altogether that's 4 parts. Now if we know that the total amount is 200 grams and we know that the number of parts is 4, to find the weight of 1 part we just divide the 200 grams by 4 and we get 50. So 1 part of the ratio is equal to 50 grams. So if 1 part of the ratio is equal to 50 grams, that means that the fat is actually equal to 50 grams because the fat is 1 part of the ratio, whereas the flour is equal to 3 parts, so we would need 3 lots of 50, which is 450. So that's the basic strategy. Let's just have a look at another example of that problem-solving strategy in another cookery-based problem. So this is the other one we looked at this morning. A jam recipe suggests that you use fruit and sugar in the ratio of 2 to 3. How much fruit would you use in making 1500 grams of jam? So again, we've got fruit and sugar. So the fruit is equal to 2 parts of the ratio, whereas the sugar is equal to 3 parts. So on that basis, we know that the total amount of jam is equal to 2 parts fruit and 3 parts sugar, which is 5 parts. So if we know that we've got 5 parts, we have to divide the 1500 grams, which is the total amount of the jam, by 5 to find the weight of 1 part, which in this case would be 300 grams. So 1 part is equal to 300. So on that basis, if we know what 1 part is equal to, we know that the fruit, which we saw is 2 parts, would be 2 lots of 300, which is 600 grams, whereas the sugar, which is 3 parts, would be 3 lots of 300, which is 900. So that's a quick look back at the work we did in our last session, and as you saw there's a multiple choice quiz you can have a look at, and also you can download these slides as well. Hope that's useful.